Hey everybody, this is Anthea West from dustbunny-studios. I hope you all had like a really good holiday. I had a pretty good holiday, bit mental, and nice break, so I'm ready and raring to get back into all my work that I have to do, lined up for 2020. So we're doing another prompt video. So for today's prompt, I was given the words rain, pastel, and companion. I asked for prompts and you guys really delivered. Like, there were so many really good prompts given to me. One was like mermaid, assassin, and prosthetics, and I was very close to going with that one because that's mwah, chef kiss. I ended up going with the Pastels Rain Companion one because how I usually end up choosing which prompts I go with is that does it give me like instant inspiration, and that one did. I did this on my iPad in Procreate. Usually when I do these prompt videos, I'm actually doing them while I'm at work. I work a 14-hour overnight shift for security, like once a week. Doing these type of videos, drawing and stuff, getting stuff done, really helps pass the time and keep my brain going, because 14 hours is a lot longer than you think it would be. Or it's exactly as long as you would think it is. Anyway, prompt. I had one idea where it was kind of like the pastels coming in from being the raindrops and everything, that like raindrops were coloured in pastel colours and stuff like that. But I ended up getting another idea, so I decided to go with a kind of more horror-based idea. So it's a girl walking in the rain, and there's a spooky, scary waterman kind of following her. Now, to be honest, with the end result, I think looks fine, it's grand, but I feel like composition-wise, layout-wise, I could have done more. I feel like I could have done more with this piece, to be honest. But what I have is kind of simplistic, but it does work, so I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I still, at the end of the day, I still think it's a good idea, and I think it's a pretty decent looking run, so I'm not going to be upset about it. I did two things which I think improved the drawing later on. Was that when I finished my sketch, I actually I tilted it somewhat. I know it's kind of like an easy little cheat, trying to make a scene a little more has a little more tension. Is that you tilt it a little bit so it's off center. God, what's it called? Dutch angle. I think it's a Dutch angle. God, what's your man's name? Big fat dude. He made the horror films, the very famous horror films, Psycho and The Birds. Gosh, what was his name? Alfred Hitchcock. That's what it is. He's actually quite famous in his cinematography. He's famous for using Dutch angles in that. And it's just a good way to give an unsettled feeling to a scene. So if you ever feel like, how can I make this layout a little scarier? Dutch angles! Heck yeah! Yeah, I also, I crop it a little bit later. I just, not too much now, but I cropped out a few bits on both sides to make it just a slightly tighter shot. I feel like I should have been braver and made the shot a lot tighter, but I didn't really want to cut out a lot of those puddles on the ground, as those puddles have like the little arm kind of going through. That's kind of big part of the scare of the scene, so I didn't want to risk cutting too much out. But I feel like what I did cut out helped a little bit on the layout. My gosh, that umbrella took me, I think the umbrella took me the ages to figure out. It's just, umbrellas are just weird, and at the angle that I had it in, like, even when I finish it, when this piece is finished, the umbrella's not quite right. I think I get away with it. Like, I even like changed it to a much more simplistic design, because I do know those type of umbrellas exist. They're just a cup, but they don't have the arches like in the shape of them. And I was just having a hard old time figuring that out, so I was just like, screw it. She's all like wearing cute pastels in the coloring stage anyway, so it's just like, give her a cute umbrella. that's fine. I kind of thinking of it now. I probably should have put like way more cute patterns on her umbrella and stuff, and on like the handle. The handle's way too long, by the way. That umbrella either should have been longer or the handle should have been way shorter. But whatever. I have to stop roasting myself. But no, I think some more cute patterns would have really worked, because it would have had some great contrast between, because her color palette ends up being a lot of peach and light oranges and pinky colors, with greens here and there, which lightly contrasts with a lot of the, because the pastel was one of the prompt words, so this whole thing is in pastel colors. These are all pastel colors, but the background and the creature, they're all very kind of more adult, greeny gray kind of pastel colors, and they contrast a lot with the lady's pastel colors. Again, she's pinks and stuff, so she really pops out from the rest of the environment, which I'm really happy about, because I really wanted to get this is a pouring rain scene. There's so much rain going down, everything is drenched and you can't really see anything. I added a lot of mist and everything as well to really hammer in that feeling of a really heavy rainfall. Doing the ink work for the rain was really relaxing. I don't know what it is, but doing things like this and doing cross hatching and stuff like that, I find quite relaxing. There's just something very, I don't know, kind of mechanical about it. I don't really have to think about it. It's just satisfying to draw and then satisfying to look at. There's just something very mesmerizing the hatching has. And I was really worried that I wasn't going to quite be able to get the shape of Water Ghost Man in the rain when I was sketching it, but in the end, when I inked it, I got the exact sort of look that I wanted. There was a problem, was that when I originally sketched it, the perspective guidelines are different from what the actual angle of the piece ends up being, so the rain is a bit janky, because my brain is like, I see perspective lines, you should go in the perspective. But at this point, the perspective guide is wrong. I should have turned it off, but I didn't. It still looks good, I think, because it gives the sense of a major downpour. I ended up making all the raindrops and Water Ghost Man white. I kind of went back and forth whether or not I wanted to leave that line art white, or if I wanted to make it black, or if I wanted to make it kind of an in-between color, because I got a bit worried that it was too, Waterman was too hard to see with the white line art. It worked better with the white line art because you can see him, but he's a little hard to see, and it's is it there, is it not quite there? And I think that works so much better with the feel and theme of this illustration. So I kept the line art white. I added some extra water texture just to give that misty feeling, especially around the character. I give her kind of a glowy outline of white with the rain texture brush that you can find in Procreate, and it just adds to the mist and the downpour of everything. I fiddled with the colors a bit just to make everything a little more harmonious, and that was pretty much the drawing. This was one of those pieces where I liked it more when I came back to it rather than when I finished it. When I finished it, was kind of pretty much what I said earlier in the video. I felt I could have done more with it, could have been more complex, yada yada yada. But when I came back to it, I felt, you know what, no, this piece is grand, it's good, it looks grand, the spooky scare is there. I think the Waterman came out really well. He's just so translucent and not quite there, and I really do like how I did that. So overall, I think this was I'm really happy. I am happy with this piece. I think it's a good piece. One of those pieces that looks better to me when I give my eyes a break from it. Also, it was 5 in the morning when I finished this, and I still had another 3 hours of work to go. Probably best to give myself a little bit of break. So yes, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you like the video, like and I don't know, subscribe. I try to get a video up once a week, so hopefully I'll see you all next week. So have a good day and bye. Spooky, scary waterman, he's coming for your spine. Oh dear.